they're not broken out, but I think that showed the kind of player is. He also had pain. He was playing his with that shoulder, and for him to go off, get it strapped up, and then come back on. For Harry, probably the last time seriously, leaves him long, and Brisbane about to go on a lap of fun with the difference, isn't it? But the 30,000 here tonight, it feels so much bigger out here on the ground. Well, it's been a compelling statement made tonight about a night grand final.
There you go for it.
Not the time for the conversation as such, but what a spectacle. You know, I
a bit more we got left.
Like in the MCG and you know, what sort of occasion.
Oh yeah, do you want some cake? Yeah, put the plate here. Put the plate here. I'll left you 2 bits of cake. No, it's not the rubbish.
No, I mean the TV.
Oh yeah, sure. Doesn't start yet.
Survived, and here they are, still punching away. Smith from dummy half, it goes to Croc. Puts it high in the air, Coote coming forward, gets some help, but leaping towards it in the air, makes a terrific catch. So much courage. Got the knee of Jordan McLean as he hit the ground there. That's what the problem is for Lachlan Coote.
He's going to go on the rubbish.
That football,
They're going to go on the sink.
Preservation for his own well-being there. Takes the ball, backs his way into the...
Throw the box in the rubbish.
Just cops a stray one, Bromwich underneath, and then the knee of McLean doing the damage.
Very good.
Very good.
Very relaxing.
Yeah.
Both teams are breathers. Plays inside the Melbourne Storm 20s. Munster picked up a strong tackle there by Hampton.
I don't play come down.
Melbourne get their first penalty of the game, and there's a flare-up off the back of it. Well, you don't often see Jason Tamalamo involved in the push and shove. Ben Hampton with a strong shot on Cameron Munster. If it was just almost 60 minutes into the game to score and get there first. Sitting back on the inside of Tamare Martin. If I get a chance inside the 20 in this set, you can imagine it's Martin that we're going towards, trying to expose again. Smith. Jesse Brothers, the little kangaroo step, and was a little bit of Benji Marshall in that movement as well. Smith comes back. McLean had the cowboy quickly. McLean is still going. Trying to put his future club to bed here tonight. He went close. Smith gets a two for Nukin. A crash ball from close range. They've got them again. And Dale Finucane in his fourth attempt at a grand final.
Go on, try.
Might be on his way to his first victory. That's a big moment for the Melbourne Storm, and a big moment, a huge moment in this grand final. Finucane, flat and hard, beats the tackle of Ben Hampton, inside that of Gavin Cooper. Lachlan Coote looking at both of the players. Hampton has just come up with a big stop. And quick off the line, but wasn't there at all on that play, and Dale Finucane extends this lead. Craig Bellamy knows they're close now. Dale Finucane, two-time loser with the Bulldogs. We're right into the scoreline last year against the Sharks. He was dazed on the tackle in that game last year. And made the first of the misses on Andrew Fafita in the try that the Sharks front rower scored to win the grand final, as it turned out for the Sharks. He had the first contact on Fafita. Nobody could stop him. Melbourne went down, but tonight he scores a try. Could well help send his team
Oh.
to a victory here in the last day of the season. 24 points to 6 and just on 15 minutes remaining.
Well, an offload that went to ground offered the Storm the chance with a scrum back just outside the 30, and then Dale Finucane with a flat and hard run at the try line. Really little resistance offered there from the Cowboys' goal line defence. Ben Hampton found himself right in the thick of things and not up to it.
Looking for a try that seals it here tonight. Bromwich skipping once again, puts a step on as he comes towards Cooper and also low. Last play from inside the 20. Cronk rubbers in behind them. Cooper's there. Chambers coming through. Has launched himself at the Cowboys fullback.
Well, that could have been the intersection if Billy Slater stays on his feet. The inside ball after some terrific lead-up work from Cameron Munster. Again showing extraordinary strength and ability to keep the ball alive. Almost split the Cowboys open.
Joe Lennon puts it down and he gives it to Curtis Scott. That'll do it. Melbourne will cap it off. 20 wins in the regular season. And their fans know now that the premiership surely is theirs.
Well, a good winger isn't just one that finishes things off, but can start things. And Josh Adokar, that was brilliant ball play by Josh Adokar. Picked up the loose ball after Kane Winnett coughed it up cold and was able to find Curtis Scott. There's the drop ball. Adokar picks it up off his toes. Looks inside, then realises Curtis Scott is back on the outside. And a brilliant ball from the Storm winger. And the youngster Curtis Scott grabs try number 5 and puts a big enough gap between the two sides to say we're looking at the 2017 premiers walking back to halfway now.
This one just hooks across the face. His first miss of the night. But it's 5 tries to 1. There's just over 10 minutes remaining. The last game, 28 points to 6. The mistake swooped upon by Josh Adokar. He had the vision to see Curtis Scott backing up on his outside. He goes in untouched.
Yeah, just how quickly he changed tack from looking inside and then switched it outside with the full complement of players early in the season.
It's as dominant as you can get in this salary cap era. As Cronk and Smith to Slater back on the inside. The old firm combining. It goes to Harris over the top. Adokar will stroll in. He has a second try. And Melbourne, the title is theirs once again. What a performance. A try set up by the old firm. At some stage it just had to be. Smith for Cronk for Slater.
Well, it'll never happen again, but the big three have pulled off that move that they've made famous. Cronk back into Smith and then picks up Billy Slater. They just tore the Cowboys apart up the middle of the field. They get the defence moving one way. They confuse them. The tackle made by Coop was a beauty, but Slater still had the presence of mind to offload the ball. Toru Harris did a great job. Realised that Adokar was unmarked on the outside. Throws a 20-metre speculator to the winger, who comes up with another try. Hasn't he had a grand final?
Yeah, just wash it off.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the bloody ants will get it.
Yeah.
Hooking it back and hooking it for 2 more points. A punch of the air. He knows they are champions again. What a play. Enjoy it from behind. What a view that is. Slater hitting the hole. He knew he had to keep it alive, and then vision of Toru Harris. That leads some great plays in a couple of these last tries. Adokar himself to link with Curtis Scott. We began by wondering, was it Melbourne that put the finishing touches on one of the greatest seasons we have seen? The answer is an emphatic yes. Premiers once again. In the biggest game of the season, Melbourne has put together almost the perfect performance.
This has been a Fox Sports production.
Incredible scenes. Would you believe it?
Just use that steel bloody thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Steelo.
yeah. Yeah.
That's alright, just leave it on the sink.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
alright, we'll have to do that tomorrow. If you don't do it, the bloody ants get it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that was well. Pretty good. That was a good performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, it should be nearly on.
Yeah. Go out of the toilet. Look around.
Yeah.
They're the guys and gals who turn big structures into piles of dust.
Let's go smash his house out.
From mansion makeovers to high-rise facelifts, they do it all. No matter what, no matter where, suburbs, cities, or even on water.
I can't see any of it now. Oh, yeah, we just ran over the top of it. It's right here. The driver's
Battling time and the weather to get the job done.
Tiny bit of wind, it'll just peel up onto next door.
That's why I made it with a high stack.
Demolition Down Under starts Thursday, November 5 on Discovery and watch on demand.
Can't believe this. Which is the minute.
Oh,
Millions more what we waited for. Return to glory. Put the tear into your eye. You have humor. Anybody enjoying this? Yes, sir.
come on, guys, let's go.
Bye, Cocky.
I thought they'd never leave.
The way I see it, you've got two options in life. Settle for what you're given, or speak up for what you deserve. Cricket. After all, why should Polly want a cracker when he could have so much more? Winter is coming. See? A little ambience. Yeah, don't worry. Don't undercut. Show me DiCaprio, please. You said it, Leo. Foxtel, now with voice control.
Ah. Oh, fun.
The community is in shock tonight over the gruesome discovery of a fourth-grade
Yeah.
mother found blooded in the house.
This story will explode. I was warning you. Whatever you've heard, especially the music.
Bro, how do you reckon we'll win?
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Maybe some Melbourne.
Ugliness.
It could be Cameron Smith's last game, I reckon.
Yeah.
Ugliness.
You just kept hitting.
I need to do that.
Well, hopefully they win. Would be nice to see them win.
Oh, yeah?
Hopefully they win.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Panthers, they, mind the Premier, they've had a good year. So,
Still beatable.
yeah.
The Broncos won, the ladies.
Yeah, I'll call that.
On Fox Showcase, the home of HBO.
Ah.
someone very close to you is trying to kill you. And by this point, I'm backing out the door. I said, yeah, I know, I'll sort it out. And I got out the thing, got a bottle of vodka next door, by the way, then left. And I realised that this gypsy, for whatever reason, was absolutely right. Someone really close to me was trying to kill me. I think it was.
Jesus.
To the fan from Leichhardt Oval, any excuse to come to the greatest ground on earth in the universe, but a very special fold-out chair coming up. And over the years on the fan with a fold-out chair, we've managed to speak to plenty of legends. And this house over here, if you remember the story, that's where Wayne Pearce lived as a boy. His late father was the groundsman at Leichhardt Oval. So a story of a legend. There is no doubt Wayne Pearce is a legend for all he achieved. But what is the definition of legend in terms of rugby league? Is it just Wayne's story? Is it multiple premiership success? Is it a player who goes on to be a great coach? Is it test? Is it origin? No, I think one of the definitions of legend is when you've been retired for 22 years, you still got the keys to the ground. It's Paul Sirenen. He's got the keys. All right, follow that chair. Let's go. Yes, fold-out chair time, and I have to admit this interview done during lockdown, so there is a social distancing. Are we happy with that, everyone? Thumbs up. We're safe. Ciro, we're not far away from where we did the interview with Wayne Pearce, with the Wayne Pearce Hill in the background. Now, he was tagged the local hero. Your story isn't far removed from his. I mean, it seems to me that your destiny was always and only to be a Balmain Tiger.
Yeah, Bossy. Well, look, born and raised in a local area, local junior. Played on a junior league and junior football through the ranks, and yeah, I haven't gone too far, have I?
No. There's a lot of angles to the Paul Sirenen story away from rugby league. Let's just tick off a few. The police force. Paul Sirenen was Constable Care. Was that one of the nicknames you were given? You were in the police force.
There's one of my former teammates who nicknamed me that. Yeah. Look, I guess like most kids, Bossy, as a 8, 9-year-old, I dreamt of playing first grade football and doing a couple of things and joining the police force. As I said, my grandfather was a copper, so there's a bit of history in the family.
Stationed at
Balmain.
What a coincidence. One police. Or something, I don't know.
There you go.
So where does a little go at American football fit into the story? How did that come about, and the trip to Hawaii and all the rest of it? Is that a crack?
Yeah, look, I just right place, right time. Colin Scott's was a bit of a trailblazer. It was quite a whirlwind, mate. I think I did a couple of tests and
They must have liked what they saw. Then suddenly you're padded up, helmet, the whole thing.
I landed in Hawaii. We went to the Super Bowl from the airport to watch the Pro Bowl game, actually.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, a Pro Bowl game in Hawaii. And then had, it was a steep learning curve, a bit lonely and homesick to start with, but just jumping in, doing the weights and jumping in the gym, and I put on some size and strength there. It was a pretty good thing at 18, 19 years of age.
Any great highlight you want to share with us from your American football career?
Well, it wasn't a career, mate. Apart from standing on the sideline high-fiving everyone, so I was redshirting, so I was learning the game and just all the basics, mate. But we did a scrimmage at training, and I tackled the quarterback, and everyone thought that was fantastic, but patting me on the back, and I thought, well, just about a tackle. And there's a difference between the two games. I always knew I was going to come home and play the league.
Well, let's get to the rugby league, because things happen quickly. You break into first grade at the Balmain Tigers. What, a year later, you're an Australian Kangaroo. It happened. Your talent was realised pretty quickly.
Yeah. Look, I was very fortunate to come into an emerging club too, and side. There's some great young players and guys who've been there for 2 or 3 years, and Junior and Jimmy Jack, Benny Blocker, those sort of guys that so they're all established. And Frank Stanton had just got on the cusp of finals, and I sort of walked in, and I probably lacked a bit of confidence, to be honest. Now I look back, I was quite shy, and even though I was a copper and always bits and pieces, but it probably took me 12 months to find my feet a little bit, mate, and Yeah, but as I said, it all happened pretty quick.
I have to touch on the grand finals. How do you look back on those now? Could things have been different? Do you still curse the day? Does the mind wander? You get asked. Are you awkward me asking you now?
No, look, there's been something talked about it, mate. Really, it's there's been a couple of great grand finals since then, but '89. Look, I actually sat down and watched it, and we did something for Fox, where we sat down, myself, Benny and Block, and we actually watched the game, and I watched it fairly closely and intensely, and it was the first time I'd really done that, and I think I said during that Ricky Stewart just kicked the bejesus out of us. He just kicked the ball. All we did was come off our line, and we had too many errors, and we were fortunate to leave at half time, and to lose at half time. But it was just all the little twists and turns, mate. It was
great grand final. But whenever we replay the grand final on Fox League, there will always be the shot of you on the bench with Blocker, and it's not a happy shot. Can you remember what was going through your mind at that point? Do you want to share that?
I probably can't verbalise that on.
Yeah, it's a grand final, mate. You're one of the key players, but you're not on.
It was funny. And I've said to a few people over the years, I got a sense of, and it was a bit earlier in the game when Harrigan, Bill Harrigan penalised Bruce Maguire playing the ball forward. I don't know. It was a sense of, this is not going to be good. We were penalised in possession, and the game was just sort of, we were starting to swing around back into our. A bit of momentum with us, and unfortunately, mate, it all turned up quite So,
in all of that, in a great club career with Balmain Tigers, there is the representative football, and Origin is these days seen as, to many players, the pinnacle, but you played in some wonderful Australian sides and experienced kangaroo tours and experienced some of the best moments in rugby league of the modern era. Fair comment?
Yeah. Oh, look, and some of my best memories are from Origin camps and obviously tours and relationships, with guys who didn't play at Balmain. But you can. It's funny, Bossy, because you want to see a bloke for 10 years, and then you'll see him, and it's like you saw him yesterday, bloke you toured with and had spent plenty of time with, and it's good I can call them mates, and that's the beauty of our game. Out of it, all the friendships and relationships you've built.
So let's get to the last game here in the career, 1998. I mean, there's players that get fairy tale endings. Yours was a bludger of an out first of all on the weather front.
And it's me.
The hardy souls come out. And the Balmain Tigers get flopped.
Yeah.
And that's the last game.
Yeah.
So how do you think? How do you look back on that night?
Oh, look, it was a tough night, mate. And I remember it Leichhardt tends to do that sometimes. You'll be building up for a big event, and it'll hammer down. Mother Nature will just give it to you. But it absolutely stormed down. But the great thing was we ran out for kick-off, mate, and the hill was still full, mate. They're all safe. But they hung around and. Just to acknowledge, I guess, my career here, and I was really, really thankful for that. But look, we had a band here after the game, and got to sing up a few beers with the boys, and sort of, and
how should I go?
Enjoyed it. Yeah, well, mate, I hit it all right too, mate. Just sort of slid off the side of the boot.
He takes it back. He's a study of concentration. Sheridan, you'll hear the roar of the Tigers fans. He can't afford this laugh. He's got to laugh out of it.
That would have made it 48-6 or something, not 48. Anyway, that Rooster side was pretty handy. Some wonderful memories, but that's what I take away from it.
Well, the big stepping stone from that is that in those photo images there's young Surinamers that go on to play first grade rugby league. What a moment to be captured in your life as a father. And for them as son of a great. Sons of a great.
That's probably one of my most treasured photos, mate. Is carrying Bailey around, and got Curtis is about a 4-year-old or something, mate. So just walking around the field with them, and it's nice. And I remember the call too, and the game, and Curtis let us on with us. And someone said, "Oh look, you know, who knows if he might play here?" And he loves playing here, mate. Yeah. And just before the shutdown, they beat the Roosters, but the Roosters here, and he said, "Oh, Dad, you know, there's nothing like playing like that." So,
Nice.
it was again some great memories.
Man of so many talents, Paul. There's also the post-football TV career. Some wonderful credits. The ad with the "These shutters won't budge." I mean, was that the peak of the television career?
Let's have a closer look. That's not a genuine lockout.
Are they all the same?
No, and I'll show you why.
I can't make these budge.
I'd like to think 25 years of Lowe's doing Lowe's ads, mate. So probably just tops it, but I must say that it does get a run at about 4 in the morning on SBS or something now these days. But no, I think I might have just got on the blockers guard for that one, so I'll take it.
Could I be personal and probing and say, do you come cheap? Like, are you easy to endorse a product?
Oh, yeah. That's right. 25 years of Lowe's ads.
There's great value at Lowe's.
You do big things, you get keys to the city. The greatest accolade has to be keys to Leichhardt Oval. As a one-club man with our Tigers, don't even tell us the story how you have the keys. I don't even want to know whether they're stolen or whatever. But can we just say that is the greatest honour any one-club man has ever had? You have the keys to this ground that you can come in here any time and just open the gates and...
Rather lots.
Paul Sirenen, thank you for coming on the Fan. Shake.
Thanks, Aussie.
Paul Sirenen, the fold-out check.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Bye, Cocky.
Is this the right channel?
Yeah.
The way I see it, you've got two options in life. Settle for what you're given, or speak up for what you deserve. Cricket. After all, why should Polly want a cracker when you can have so
I
much
thought I went for the presentation.
victories coming? A little ambience. Yeah, don't worry. Don't mind the cat. Show me DiCaprio movies. You said it, Leo. Foxtel, now with voice control. I see.
Yeah. But yeah, I did my washing today and had a shower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all done.
Yeah. Golf.
Yeah, I don't watch it anymore. Not worth it. What's going on here?
They're probably waiting for the presentation. I did that last time. Last night, I mean. Yeah.
There's a shit all over the furniture.
Cricket, we got the player out. He's out. Oh, up. One up. Oh. You can't even get it in fucking mouth.
And now it's time to play How Well Do You Know You? Tonight's contestant is Mitchell Pearce.
Mitchell Pearce, the veteran, the dream debut.
How well does Mitchell Pearce know Mitchell Pearce?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll see what happens.
Put the spotlight on, this will help. Not too bright, that's all right.
That's perfect.
All right, here we go. Question number one. Massive prizes up for grabs too, I should mention. Who did you make your NRL debut against in 2007?
Cowboys.
1-1. Good start.
That's easy.
You've had one shot at goal in your career. What year was that?
I remember that.
One shot.
Manly or Tigers or something, was it? Might have been Tigers game.
Is it Manly or Tigers?
But it's one
I'm
of
not
them.
asking the question. If you can't ask a question back to me, for me to answer. Correct. But the question was, what year was it?
I think it would have been around 11 or 12.
Or maybe
13.
13. That's right. 2013. It was the Roosters 2013.
There you go.
Against Manly.
Yeah.
2 out of 2.
Good players out, that's right. I remember
Very
that.
loose 2 out of 2. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Did I nail it? Did I get it?
Well, I'll give it to you.
Oh, that's
We'll
good.
get it.
For the kick.
No, you missed.
Yeah.
No, you missed. What do you remember at the kick?
No, I don't remember it clearly, but when you say it now, I remember the game. Because I think Boydie was having a shot.
He had a shot.
was off.
Boyd caught a kick.
That's
1 out of 4.
Boydie was
Jimmy
kicking
come on,
off, come on late because he might have gone off. It was after a rep round. I think Jimmy wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah. You won the grand final with the Roosters in 2013 v Manly. What was the winning margin?
10 points.
Sorry, I didn't hear your answer. What was the
8 points.
8 points?
Yeah, 8
8 points correct. Well done.
That's right, because they had 8 points.
26-02. Question 4. At what ground did you score your first NRL try?
Yeah.
In 2007?
Yeah, it was either Panthers or Titans game.
No. No, it's not that.
Who did I score against? I'm just trying to think.
Look around you. Maybe you're not aware of it.
Newcastle.
Yes. But what ground was it?
Gosford.
Correct.
Yeah, I remember it. Intercept.
Who did you kick your first NRL field goal against?
Titans.
Oh, bugger, I'll give you another clue. What? Your dad?
Tigers.
Tigers,
Yeah,
yes.
I can't remember that one.
Round 12, 2008.
Last one for Pearce, who thinks field goal and kicks it as well. That'll do. It makes no difference at this point.
Wow, 5 out of 5. Right, here we go. Big finish. Bring it home now with the next 5. In what year did you score your first NRL hat-trick?
Yeah, it was early. I think it was Cowboys up there.
Yeah, what year?
It would have been 2008.
Correct.
Yeah, it was.
That's
I
a
remember it.
genuine correct answer.
I remember it. Cowboys 2008.
Round 21, 2008, hat-trick v Cowboys. Well done.
Remember that.
You played in the beaten Roosters grand final side of 2010 versus the Dragons.
Yeah.
Who was the Dragons halfback?
Ben Hornby.
Correct. Well, now you're on a roll.
Always going to remember that.
So you played Rabbitoh the first 5, and now you...
Yeah, I was just checking if you were on or not.
Fair enough. Who did you score the first try of your Knights career against?
Yeah, let me think. Tigers.
Correct.
At the bush.
Doesn't matter, just say Tigers.
Tigers in the bush.
That was it. Round 7, 28.
That'll be my pack. That game.
Your first Origin win was Game 2, 2011. Who was the Queensland captain in that game?
What about Camp Smith? Darren Lockyer.
Darren Lockyer.
Darren Lockyer.
Can you accept that answer?
Yeah.
Quick check.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Darren Lockyer.
You're 4 in a row.
Was Lockyer, yeah.
All right. This is question 10 for some. Could be a 9 out of 10. I don't know. It might even be 10 out of 10. It's hard to get count. There's no wrong answers. In your rep debut for the City Origin side in 2008, you played halfback.
Yeah, Wollongong.
Who was the country halfback?
Finchie.
Mitchell Pearce. That is Mitchell Pearce. I reckon 1 out of 5 turned into 6 out of 10. If I asked another 10 questions, you would have just gone, I was off. Amazing. Mitchell Pearce. Mitchell Pearce. Sort of. Well done.
Good on you, bossy.
He'll go.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I reckon he'll quit. Harvey Norman! Hey. Yeah, I reckon they'll quit. Yeah, they'll quit.
To be the grand final between teams 1 and 2. As the Panthers taking on the Melbourne Storm. For the Panthers, Nathan Cleary, their playmaking halfback, has one change in the back line. Tyrone May once again takes the place of Brett Naden, who goes back to the interchange. Viliame Kikau returns from suspension to take up his place on that left edge for their coach, Ivan Cleary. The Melbourne Storm isn't the final game in the career, after 430 games, of Cameron Smith. Their lineup is unchanged after finishing second in the minor premiership. Pappenhausen is the fullback. Munster and Hughes, the halves combination. No changes on the bench, and the coach is Craig Bellamy. In a season of uncertainty, it is altogether fitting that the Storm will take the field tonight, not knowing if this is the final game in the incredible career of their captain, Cameron Smith. It's the 8th time he's walked down this tunnel on grand final night, and if it is the last time, there will be no more appropriate ending. The greats, well, they really get to write their own farewell to the game, but here, on the biggest stage, Cameron Smith gets that chance tonight. For the 4th time in 5 seasons, Melbourne have made it to the grand final, but they've lost in 2 of their past 3 appearances. Can they seize this moment to make up the missed opportunities? Jesse Bromwich is ready.
It's begun. Melbourne Storm, a powerhouse, as you called it, was 4 grand finals in 5 years, but it's the Young Bucks, it's the Penrith Panthers that have been full of confidence and flying throughout the 2020 season. 17 wins in a row, looking to win their first premiership since 2003 and make it 18 victories on the run, and their captain James Tarmo leads the side out.
Yeah, what a moment for this young Penrith side. Down into ANZ Stadium for the big dance. Jerome Luai there full running, plenty of excitement as the faithful go up. Viliame Kikau, what an inclusion tonight. That athletic weapon out on that left-hand side. This last week's prelim final. Back into the side tonight, partnering young Stephen Crichton. What a season he's had out on that left-hand side. Blair Martin, tremendous season. There he is, kicking our back. 7 tries, 12 line breaks, 57 tackle busts. Tonight, the big man just cannot hesitate.
So the lineup for the anthem tonight, formed by Chloe Zhu.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the heart of our game is the community, and tonight we celebrate this unforgettable season and the extraordinary work our players do both on and off the field. In grand final tradition, we'll now announce the NRL's Man of the Year, who receives the prestigious Ken Steven Medal, and the NRL's Woman of the Year, who receives the Veronica White Medal. It's an honour tonight to congratulate Connor Watson from the Newcastle Knights and Georgia Hale from the New Zealand Warriors for their outstanding work in our community in 2020. Rugby League has the power to change lives, and we thank you for your contribution, and we welcome you to this honoured fraternity. And now, please stand for the national anthem to be performed tonight by Chloe Zhu.
Is this it? Is this the finale? We will find out in 80 minutes' time.
Here we go, Walter.
After everything that's happened in 2020, this promises to be an unforgettable grand final for so many reasons. Norman Arthur standing by, throws it in time as the Melbourne Storm get their kick off to them, and it almost goes in to touch. Brinko Lee cleans it up, flies the ball back in field, knocked on there by Kafusi, and Penrith have got the first victory of the night.
What a frantic start, a perfect start here for the Penrith Panthers. The kick found some space. Melbourne couldn't get to it on the full, a bad bounce. Brinko Lee did a great job of keeping the field of play. Jerome Hughes couldn't get to it on the full, but the defence, Luai, Mansell, kick out. Drag Brinko Lee, throws the ball back in the field of play. But the Melbourne Storm come up with a knock on. What a play to start this game.
Yeah, the torpedo place kick from Nathan Cleary landed in front of Hughes. He was unable to get under the footing. Brinko Lee in trouble. The desperation from Fisher Harris on Kafusi. And Penrith with the first opportunity.
Snapped this right-hand side of the field for Luai to go back to the middle. Edwards with the first line, cleaned up there eventually by Bromwich and also Welsh. Coruscant, premiership winner with the Rabbitohs, goes to Cleary. Here is kick out. Just inside the 10, he'll play it. Comes back to Cleary. Sonny who made that bust for Edwards to score. Pretty much sent them into the grand final against South Sydney last week. He plays it here. Coruscant to Cleary again, back on the inside. Fisher Harris wrapped up there by Smith and also Bromwich. 2 plays remaining in this set. Yo going nowhere. Still in good shape despite all the rain that's poured here in Sydney today. Cleary with the first kick of the night from close range. Tap back was by Martin. Straight back to the Melbourne Storm, and Bromwich has it.
Yeah, nice. Not the best kick there from Cleary. He's been so good at those kicks throughout the season. The best at it. Just a little bit too shallow that kick. They tried to tap it back. But Bromwich was in position.
Now Hughes, who didn't play against the Panthers in round 6, the game that set Penrith on this 17-game winning streak.
Forward from Smith.
And looked to be, we've been mesmerised by his play from dummy half for 19 long seasons, haven't we? Here he is for Hughes once again. Put it high in the air. Edwards, it was magnificent under the high ball, especially from Adam Reynolds in the Rabbitohs kicking game in the pre-league final. Makes a good catch and brings it back beyond the 20.
Yeah, really good signs there for the Melbourne Storm, in particular Jerome Hughes. Superb last week against the Canberra Raiders, 2 try assists. And already in the opening half, we see it airing out from Coruscant.
And it was Hughes over the top with the tackle who forced the ball away from Coruscant. I mentioned Hughes didn't play back in round 6 against the Panthers. He was missing for a couple of weeks with a broken hand. Wants to be a vital component in this Melbourne lineup tonight. Welsh. After the Panthers had a chance at the other end, it's Melbourne who go deep inside the red zone here. Smith waiting in dummy half. Hughes, who plays in motion around him. Munster at the back. Pappenhausen. It comes to Adokar.
Got it.
On the inside and going to put it down. It looked like Olam lost it short of the line.
No.
Well, it didn't take long.
No try.
Yeah, it looks like Tyrone May has got either a hand or a leg in the way of Olam, just as he's about to ground the footy. Now, it didn't take long before Melbourne went to that lethal left-hand edge. That speed and execution was perfection. Adokar, a big play to get the ball back to Olam just before he goes out. Now, Olam goes to ground the ball. Let's play on from here. This is fine. This is fine. Beautiful pass. Recognition.
Adokar releases the ball before going a touch.
But here from Olam, just as he's about to put that football down, Tyrone May makes a play for the ball. Well, we can't tell from this angle.
It's
try.
Yeah, look short. It was great desperation, wasn't it, from May and also Edwards.
Bush?
The leg,
Oh, no.
it's the leg of Tyrone
No.
May that collects the footy
Fucking how unlucky is that?
out of the grasp of Justin Olam, who goes oh so close. Just watch the left leg there of Tyrone May.
Are you allowed to kick the footy out?
Not in a fashion like that.
Is it a professional foul, Ross, or is it just a penalty here?
It might well be a penalty try.
It could. There you go. This could be a penalty try. This is huge.
Tyrone May has used the foot to kick the ball out of the possession of Justin Olam. In our opinion, we believe a try would have been scored.
Yep, it's another try.
It will be green lights for Melbourne. In remarkable circumstances, to get the scoring underway in the 2020 grand final. Jared Sutton points to the spot, and Melbourne lead 4 points to nil. Think of the symmetry.
What a start for the Melbourne Storm.
From right across, Cameron Smith adds the extra 2. What an opening for Melbourne, who jumped out of the gates last week. Wins so convincingly.
Oh, he's a good player.
In the very final against Canberra Raiders. Here they are, leading 6 points to nil. Not even 5 goals on the clock.
Yeah, that's the concern for Penrith, knowing that Melbourne wanted to start fast. Traditionally, they always start fast. They did it last week against the Raiders. There would have been a real emphasis for Penrith to try and maintain and stop that left-to-left-hand edge early on in this game. And to concede points this early is a worry.
History tells you in grand finals, in the NRL era, score first. A massive chance to go on to win. Only 2 teams since 2006 been behind. Beginning of the game, come back to win. Maybe a little omen there for Melbourne from the outset. Left-hand side, knocked on, trying to try scoring himself. Olam puts it down. The breezy wet light. Melbourne take a chance from inside their own territory. They may well pay a price.
Another loss there. Justin Olam. That shorthand, left-hand side raid again. The skill of Kenny Bromwich. The ball just behind Justin Olam there, unable to hang on to it in these wet conditions here at ANZ. Well, now the Penrith Panthers with an opportunity. Melbourne scored a try off the error from Matty Coruscant early in the tackle count, and now on play 2, they're set up the points. It's Justin Olam that turns the footy over.
Chance in the field as they in the scrum. Penrith. Stephen Crichton, 20-year-old playing it there. As now comes across to Fisher. Harris will stop over the top. Acitus Olam. Who played the ball though, Hughes. Mason tackle wasn't square at marker. Great work by Coruscant to realise that. Give his team another set of 6 from close range. Luai back to clear. Inside here for Tahoe. Dropped down again by Hughes. Heavily involved defensively to begin the game. No call for clearing. Martin back on the angle. Almost got away from Smith. Grabbing him around the shoulders. No more, said the referee. Left-hand side. Yo for Cleary. They've got some numbers here. First man option again is kick out. Back to Cleary. Doing some dancing. Oh, Welsh. Monster Coruscant.
Great tackle from Welsh.
Out quickly, stopping play the ball for Coruscant. Here's Fisher Harris, runs towards Smith. Only a couple of metres away, they'll have one more play. Back to the left-hand side, Luai at the back. Here's Gibb, out the man, he dives in. Penrith hit back immediately. And the adventure by Melbourne with that shift to the left-hand side, and they turn it over, certainly cost them here.
Yeah, they're going to have a look at this, and I'm not sure if Brenko Lee was taken out on the outside shoulder from a decoy runner. Could be an obstruction. That's what they're going to have a look at. Let's have a look at Crichton on the outside shoulder here. Brenko Lee makes contact with him, and then he can't release quick enough to get out the back. Kick out, throws the pass to Mansour. This could be a big question mark. I think it's a no try.
I think you're right. Given what we saw, Lee looking towards the ball, denied the chance to
Happy to be ball
moving to his right-hand side.
However, Stephen Crichton has run on the outside shoulder.
Branko Lee, and effectively he's a good defender play. We have a decision.
No try.
Yeah, it's the right call. Unfortunately for Crichton, unable to get through the line. He collects that outside shoulder, as we've seen all year. He can't do that. And the Panthers, adventurous, but no points for Josh Mansell this time.
It's a great play there, Mick. Luai shaped the kick, throws a pass out the back to kick out, sorry, they got the timing wrong.
Over the edges once again, well, they've had success already. And with Smith combined with the big man through the middle. That's the short ball there. Bromwich loses it, and Penrith hang on. Put down simply. George Sutton tells Cameron Smith to use the Harvey Norman captain's challenge should he want to. The game man to do so early in the game.
And it's a number of times now they've played short to Kenny Bromwich. The ball just trickles out of his grasp there. Jared Sutton offering the challenge. Melbourne declined. They just could not concede points there. They just couldn't concede points there. Penrith, they just cannot keep inviting Melbourne Storm down inside their own end.
Sort of bringing away a head clash there. Some friendly fire between Branko Lee and Jerome Hughes. And might have hurt Branko Lee, who warmed his mouth. A solid shot between the two of them. Coruscant. Back to the middle. Here is Yo Patel. Premiership winner in 2015 with the North Queensland Cowboys. Last three. This premiership line. Saints Edivano. The Roosters in 2018. A shift to the right-hand side. Here is Tyrone May. Dragged towards the sideline by Cameron Munster. Just outside the 30. It's Cleary. Goes to Luai. Once again, Tamo beats Bromwich. Solomona though over the top. Strong work. Along with Justin Oliver was underneath. Cross down there. They were trying to pitch a penalty. The referee says play on. He tried to milk one. Yo finds Luai. Here's Fisher Harris. They had some numbers. Touched there by Melbourne. They get a result. What a piece of luck to the Panthers. A full set from 20 metres out. Here's Fisher Harris. Takes it down within the 10. Plays it quickly. Collars out. Jumps out from dummy half. Yo going with him. Terrific tackle. A try saver made by Kenny Bromwich. 6 more once again. Cleary sees the space. Goes to the line. Flicked out the back by May. Potentially touched there by Melbourne. Not called. Tackle count continues on, but that is play number 1. Yo straightens. Almost away from Kafusi and also Smith. Finds clear. Mark was the first option. May stands, delivers. Edwards dances. Goes close. Just couldn't find Tyler on his outside. May from dummy half. Comes to Cleary. He'll go wide. Lee posted on his own. A lack of numbers for Melbourne. Kick out ankle tapped by Jerome Hughes. Luai, short side. Crichton dives. Gets across the line.
No.
Did he get it down though? What about this defence? This is incredible for the Melbourne Storm. They are getting pulled apart right, left and centre, the Melbourne Storm, but their scramble defence brilliant. This time it's Vunivalu, Lee and Hughes that somehow hold up the burrowing Stephen Crichton. It's the legs of Jerome Hughes. What a start to the game he's had, right?
Yeah, great body position here from Jerome Hughes. It was Branko Lee, though. It was grounded short of the line initially by Stephen Crichton and then goes up. It's no try. Crichton knows he's read back to the 10-metre line, still play the ball. Branko Lee, a huge tackle, just the play beforehand on kick out to stop a try. Backs it up. The next play on Crichton. The desperation, the resilience at the moment from the Melbourne Storm.
We had to make a break. He came out of the line, came up with fresh air, and he came from behind, launching onto the back and kick out. It's Christian Welsh we see leaving the field. It's like an HIA for Nugget.
The positive side, Mick, they are creating the extra bit of the numbers on the edges. There is some space out there. If they are patient, they will get a result soon, Penrith.
Neither repeats it here.
with the kick. Looking for Martin, who certainly can leap. He makes the catch, gives it to Luai. Feigned the kick, back to Cleary. Chips it to the corner. Crichton's there again. Another grubber. Hughes saves the day for the Storm.
That's incredible defence.
Get off him, arsehole.
What a catch by Martin. Scramble from there. From Cleary, the crossfield foot pass. Stephen Crichton. Another one in. Hughes is there to save the day yet again for Melbourne. Defence, on their own line. Liam Martin coming in off the edge there. Then Dale Finucane, who was out there for Christian Welsh, who was sort of running the dressing room for the HIA. Brandon Smith also on deck now for Craig Bellamy. His Hughes kicks from inside his own 30. Through a spiral cut, not a bad one. First bounce though to Edwards, who brings it back. They'll begin here only just on their own side of halfway.
Well, that fucking hurt him.
That really hurt. It was Finucane and Brandon Smith, fresh off the interchange, that just launched into Dylan Edwards there, rattling every bone in his body. Penrith again inside Melbourne's half. Cole down.
Dangerous and dummy half jumping out, catching the markers. Ready, Cleary. Sam there to play the ball, hands it off to Fisher House. Cross the line twice already for no result. Perhaps one here is kick out. This towards tackle there with Kufusi, reeling out of the contact. Smith was there along with Finucane. Slowly play the ball, play on the call. Cleary puts it in the air. Gudavali coming in. Oh, Crichton launched himself. He was way early and went over the falls, and Pappenhausen in the end has it for Melbourne.
There was no way through. Melbourne had all the blockers in place, and Crichton just decided to launch over the top of the ball. And in doing so, cleaned up Ryan Pappenhausen. And now Melbourne again, doing it tough to get out of their own end. That's tackle 4 already.
Kick from inside the 20, looking for a 20-40. That will be something for the first time this season in the grand final. Didn't have the angle.
The interesting play there from Munster. Only on the third tackle, and they're losing the field position battle at the moment. Penrith on the attack, making metres at ease, and another opportunity here.
Best defensive team in the competition, in the shape of the minor premiers, up against the second best defensive team as usual, Melbourne. The top two in the defensive rankings. Luai for kick out, runs to Hughes. A flick out the back for Crichton. Well handled there by Lee with some help from Kufusi.
Rico Lee has been magnificent to start this game in that right-hand side defence.
Luai. Steve the chorus out. Much happening out Cleary. Wound up here, Edwards, giving on the top. Standing though, realised he was in trouble, flicks it back infield. Tyrone May gets there and keeps it for Penrith. Organisation through the middle of the field on that play. Cleary bends it out towards Crichton once again, taps it backwards. So does kick out Mudavalu, cleans it up though. And a good thing that Mansour was there to make the tackle on him.
Yeah, Cleary's kicks so far in this game have been okay, but not up to his usual standards of 2020. A little bit shallow, not on the goal line as he has been doing in previous weeks. Penrith going for the tap back on a couple of occasions, but falling into the hands of the Melbourne Storm.
It was Finucane. On the inside there of Pappenhausen, we realised the fullback was already marked, so he hangs on to it. Stands on the Panthers forward. Smith. Energizer Bunny. The spark play. Edo. Kick out ends up with it.
Goes into a Penrith player, and he picks it up offside.
You hear the call from Jared Sutton.
He hits a Penrith player, and Billy picks it up in an offside position.
And from right in front, just outside the 30, Cameron Smith, who kicked it 84% of the season coming into the grand final, a chance to make this more than a converted try the difference.
He's going to have a shot.
He has two from right in front of the penalty try. stunning opening to the game. Holland lost the ball short, courtesy of the boot of Tyro May.
He's got it.
And from right in front, 30 metres out, he adds to that tally to make it 8 points to 0. Melbourne on top through the first quarter of the grand final match 2020. Cameron Munster very heavily involved in this one.
They just need to get their intercepts right again. It's only Cleary's been caught a little shallow. First time playing a grand final. And as you can see, the whistle put away in a lot of ways. Little things that often throughout the season. Allowed to let go in these big games. And he's under a lot of pressure with his kick game. He has to buy himself a little time. But they can't go into their shell here, Penrith. They need to attack. They've been on top of the majority of this game.
It's an incredible opening, hasn't it? 23 minutes gone. It feels like we've played at least a half of football already. Suma Awi, so out there now for Russia Bellamy and the Melbourne Storm as we coach. Final 9 and here's Henry. That's another change. Brandon Smith, one of those changes just about away. Wrapped by the coattails, Hughes, for Kafusi. Towards Lua, and also kick out. Good play the ball. Now for Luca, and he'll find Munster, but spread it wide. Along his left-hand side. An angle there. Cleary a collision with one of the Melbourne Storm runners. Their call was Adokar. Brings it away from the sideline. Now taking back into a three-man tackle. Smith will look for an option on the last play. Off the legs there of Liam Martin. Was it played at? Martin reacted. They'll get the call, which Penrith will get the scrum and the feed.
He does not forget they're on. Cameron Smith down a narrow short side, just trying to find touch. Give his big man a breather, just catches the leg there of Liam Martin under pressure from Tyrone May. And a handy result from the Penrith Panthers. You can see the disappointment on the Melbourne skipper there. Does not get those wrong very often.
Oh, Jesus.
Tonight for ponchos. Tonight for Drysabones.
Idiot with the drum.
Ivan Cleary, borrowed one from Johnny Land. Just in case. Right at the moment. Oh, shot.
Whoa, whack.
Big hits continue here from Melbourne for Nuka. Grand final win. 5 appearances in the NRL. Kick out loses it. Give it straight back to the Storm. Pappenhausen. Rest there by Coruscant and also Levi. Now there's a whistle. I think it's back upfield.
Yeah, there's no advantage there at all. That's why they're taking it back for the knock-on and kick out. Such a strong carry on the front foot. Gets halfway through the line. Palms off Hughes. Powers through. Takes on Branko Lee, but just a loose carry and a big error at a critical stage here with Melbourne Storm are on top. And Penrith need to take their opportunities. They can't keep coming up with errors in good field position against this quality Melbourne Storm side.
Off the scrum wing. Gets it back to the halfway line. So much talk leading into the game. Down to some experience between these two outfits. Oh, as hard as ever. Now for the play here from the Penrith line. Smith looks to it. Long right-hand side. Smith there to play the link man. Hughes. That's Kafusi with him. The ball goes to ground off the feet there of Lee. There's a touch by kick out. It won't matter. There's a whistle though. There's going to be a penalty to Melbourne. Pretty much again in the middle of the field, should they want to, a chance to extend the difference.
Yeah, I think Brandon Smith hit hard by Fisher Harris after he passes the ball. Oh. Geez, he gets hammered. Yeah, he does. Catches him right. Hit the upper torso. Right. Yeah, that took some wind out of the sails. The cheese is down. Takes a lot to knock him around too.
And the concern there is the disconnect. Look at his hit from Fisher. The disconnect from Crichton there a little while on that left-hand side. He's on report for that Fisher Harris, and so he should be way too late. But a real concern there was more defensive effort on the edge, and the concern with Crichton going past the footy.
Yeah.
Taking him off.
on the field, free to change here for Melbourne. They have a foul play with Fisher Harris being placed on report. The skipper.
You want to kick this?
Hoping for a fairy tale. This is to be the final time we see him. On track at the moment. Kick is a good one once again. Right over the dots. It's Melbourne by 10. 13 left in this first half.
Hey, look at them.
Fans, not a lot to cheer about to this point.
Now, this was always going
Very
to be
quiet,
the
that
biggest
neck of the woods.
season for Penrith coming up against this Melbourne Storm outfit. To start the game realistically, it's been a bit of a nightmare. 10 points to 0 down. You don't want to get off to a slow start against Melbourne. Everyone knows that. They would have prepared for this all week. The Penrith Panthers, their biggest challenge of the season right now is to try and bounce back from this start. It's going to take a lot of character.
Cleary with the restart. Right hand there. We'll take by Pappenhausen, who finds the Suamala Aoi, destined for the Titans in 2021, driven backwards here by the Panthers. Another chance for a check. For Smith. Not that penalty goal. Just to catch their breath, Penrith, and just be really focused, compose themselves and say, hey, we're in a hole. There's a long time to go. That's the same moment. Playing here for Smith, it's Hughes. Towards Kafusi. To that left-hand side. Showing they're keen to use the ball despite the conditions here tonight. Suamala Aoi. Only a minimal gain. They'll play it just outside the 30. Munster. Comes back to Hughes. What a story he is. A union player. He's a young footballer. We was here in Australia watching the 2005 Grand Final at this venue and saw Benji Marshall produce the brilliance to get the Tigers home and thought, oh my hand, that rugby league cake.
There's that restart there, good run from Josh Mansour. Fanuka unable to get out of the tackles. We see Christian Welch coming back to the sideline from an earlier HIA.
It's good news for Melbourne.
Yep.
And their rotation. Ball coming free there from Fisher Harris, helped out though by Suamala Aoi.
There needs to be a player or a moment to just change this game and switch the momentum. Penrith have plenty of them who are capable of doing it.
And on the inside here for Yo. Chances through the middle. Handled for the most part. Middle third. Tedavano out there now. Takes it inside the 20. Was up their sleeve. Close range again. Martin a handful there for Pappenhausen. Two off the ruck defensively. The pressure there. Clear. Shows it a number of times. Goes over the top and intercept. Vunivalu was looking for it. Gets
Go boy! Go!
Nobody in front of him. Luai is chasing. So is Edwards. They can't get to him.
Yes!
Like Superman. Suliasi.
Oh,
Vunivalu
try.
scores for Melbourne. It's a purple avalanche in the first half.
Well, just as we thought, the Melbourne Storm under pressure again on their try line. This time it's Nathan Cleary. Drifting across field, sees the space out on the edge, and Vunivalu reads it perfectly, jamming in off his wing, gets around Mansour, extends, starts to streak.
The four of them chasing him.
He lunges late, he can't get there. And Vunivalu picks up. What an important try for the Melbourne Storm and extends this dominant first half lead. 14 points to 0.
He's been untouchable all year, Nathan Cleary. But the temptation was all too
He did well to get back up.
outside. But it was an illusion. Vunivalu, he read the play. He could see the pass. He preempted the play. And Vunivalu in his last season and his last game for the Melbourne Storm comes up with his 14th try of the year.
Kick this.
Jumping out of the gates as they did last week. And they lead by 16. Cameron Smith, perfect with the boot so far.
Yeah, it's a crazy
He's going to be hard to beat.
He's had 24 tries since this season. We wouldn't have seen him throw a pass like that all year.
Yeah,
He's
that was
been
a nice play,
untouchable,
right?
like I spoke about earlier.
That was good.
Melbourne on top. With every every facet at the moment. Something before half time. Oh, so good, so professional in shutting out teams in the second half. Mick, you know that only too well. Always used the players. Josh, deep right there, a little touch by Kafusi. He got a hand away just in time as a call from the touch judge, who was right there on the spot. It's playing off for Melbourne. Around the legs there by Tenavana. Last play for Melbourne. He was doing the kicking once again. Down by Leo, that contact was okay. Getting back there, Edwards was hoping he might have had a foot on the line, but it was a perfect.
Oh, got him.
Ryan Hughes and the chase wasn't bad.
Dale Finucane, his kick chase and plays 1 and 2 in defence. So tough.
Making the tackle on top, whose legs through the air spectacularly. The tackle was fine according to the referee. Yeah. Into the on the 30. Second last tackle here. The pass.
Forward.
They're rattled, aren't they?
Forward.
Off a slow play the ball. So they're going to play the ball quick enough for a shift late in the tackle count in your own half. They take a chance, and the coach has a lot of work to do with his young side at the break.
Yeah, half-time can't try to quick enough for that man there, Ivan Cleary. Ball just out in front of him, you're right, the play the ball was slow. Smith, as always, smothering the tackle, coming up with his hands on the football.
Forward. He's clapping.
That pass wasn't forward. Munster had
I seen that guy when he kicked the ball into the beers on the fence.
Yeah.
On the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you're laughing about.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hilarious.
pretty ordinary last 10 or 15 minutes. And this is the most important 2 minutes right here.
Blue Eyes frustrated, almost giving away a penalty right there as Welsh runs towards Tenavana. Also the what a hit again. And the replacement forwards have to find a way to hang on here, you imagine.
Come on, get another one.
Player in front of the uprights, 15 metres out. Smith, over Munster. This is the first man there, kick out, coming out of the line. Good clean-up work by Coruscant. Quick play the ball, Lee. Shot down there by Crichton. It'll be another set restart here for the effort, the second effort by Penrith in the play the ball, and now a whistle. It's going to be a penalty instead for Melbourne.
Well, that's a very late call. Yeah. It's been a tough old first half. And when they haven't played their best, that's a fair call. It was just a late one.
Yep.
But didn't they give them a repeat set anyway with that play? They called 6 again.
Looked like there might have been some advice from the touchdown. There was a slight knock on there though, from dummy half. Hence the penalty being awarded. So time for a full set here. Penalties 5-1 to Melbourne.
Surprised they don't try and take the 2 points there and get to an 18-point lead. I know it's on the sideline, but
They smell blood, right?
that's where they do.
They're going to go for the 6 here. As well, I think they'll come out to this left-hand side again. Munster and Pappenhausen.
If not, they're overdue for a crash ball from Smith. One of the big men. Here is the biggest. Asifa Solomon. Almost going over the top there of Isaiah Yeo. It was all hands to Munster at the back. Pappenhausen. Plenty of black jumpers in front of him. Will come back to the middle. Good work by Penrith. Who do work from side to side defensively. Very well. Munster.
He's been superb off the bench for Nuka.
Hungry for a second premiership. Grand final number 6. Asifa!
He's got it! No!
Across the line, they hold him up. What an effort again. It was Yeo. Smith knocked down. The ball came back to him.
He's got it!
He thinks he's gone. We'll wait and see what the referee thinks.
No try.
He says no
Fuck
try.
you.
Well, the maestro Cameron Smith, has he come up with a try, possibly in his last ever game? He goes to throw the pass, Coruscant makes a play, knocks the ball out. This could be play on. This could well be play on. Coruscant playing at the footy, knocks it out of Cameron Smith's hands. And as Smith tries to pass it, it's a clear knockout. And this should be play on.
Not like Cameron Smith, the ball is knocked out of his grasp by Andy Coruscant.
This will be a try.
What's the genius of Smith here? He just keeps his body position low, close to the line, so Leota can't get a good grasp of him underneath the tackle.
That's a try.
What try from Cameron Smith? Maybe the biggest one of his career.
The first of his career in a grand final.
Yes.
Rewind for Melbourne.
Go on.
And game 430. It might be the final game of his illustrious career. He's a try scorer in a grand final for the first time, and in a moment, his team at half-time will lead 22 points to nil.
Well, they have completely dominated, and he can put that down to the hard work from Nelson Asaba-Solomoni, the play beforehand, to burrow over and nearly score a four-pointer himself.
Fucking only one assist.
All the milestone games, all the records. For Cameron Smith from right in front. It's a dreamlike scenario. Only the most ardent Melbourne fan could believe they could lead at the break in the grand final against the minor premiers 22 points to nil.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
How to make a famous limited edition cocktail.
That's it. The new Bundaberg and sarsaparilla. And when they're gone, they're gone.
We really should have rehearsed that.
Did someone say KFC?
Hi, Steve's next.
Good choice. Only $52.99, thanks.
Thanks.
Repco, it starts with the parts. Whenever you're ready to go, we've got the perfect accomplice. That's what it means to live the Ranger life. The Ranger XLT works hard, but it plays even harder. First of all, the XLT is more than happy to pull its weight. The bi-turbo maximizes power, and the 10-speed automatic keeps you in the right gear at the right time. It's made for towing your toys, giving you more economy on the long haul. Plus, trailer sway control automatically applies brake pressure to individual trailer wheels to help reduce fishtailing. To keep you as short-footed as possible, traction control brakes individual wheels to find the most traction at any time. While hill descent control lets you take on steep conditions without putting your feet on the pedals. So get your best friend in the back of your Ranger XLT and go find a new mountain to climb. That's what it means to live the Ranger life.
Here's a BS responsibly message from Sportsbet. Now, every spring racing carnival, BS levels go through the roof. There's know-it-alls, instant experts, silly and bets at 50 to 1. Yeah, the horse has the same name as your girlfriend's cat. Who gives a rat's? Cut through the BS and use the Sportsbet app with same race multi. Combine multiple runners in the one race and oh yes, look at those big odds. If it's a same race multi, it's Sportsbet.
Australia's most famous footy cocktail. Start with a heap of ice, then a nip of Bundy. Oh, great pour. Splash of cola and lime. What a move! Wait, let's just check that grounding. Yep, no problems there.
Yeah. No, that was
Did someone say
cool that bit.
KFC?
Yeah, very good. Good start. It'll be hard to beat now.
Come on. So you saw that bit with the beer.
What was that?
You saw that bit with the beer. He tried to kick it, one on the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was seeing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Fuck, you got a good eyesight.
Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't bloody see it. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knocked the fucking beer off the fence.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't believe it.
I wonder what you were laughing about.
Yeah.
I thought you were fucking laughing at the idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it was good. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I've never seen that before.
No, you probably won't.
Tried to kick it and then one on the beer.
It was good camera work, they spotted him.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, brilliant. Highlight of the whole game, that one.
Right, now.
2:30.
These bastards will throw everything at Melbourne now.
Yeah. Oh, fingers crossed, eh?
Yeah.
Oh. Melbourne have got a good lead though, but
It'll probably be Cameron Smith's last game, I'd say.
we've still got 1 half left. So,
Okay, he's been a great player.
yeah.
Here we go.
Placing the ball on the halfway line to get the second half underway with his team. 22 points to nil in front in the grand final. Kick off. Swirling down the corner, taken there by Luai, who gives it off to Mansour. You can only imagine the conversation in the Penrith dressing room in the break. They made just about every mistake in the opening 40. Trailed by almost equal margin at half-time. How to do what no team has ever done by coming back from this sort of deficits. Melbourne only once given up an 18-point lead to lose. That was to Canberra just last year. So while there's life, there's hope for Penrith. They will have to be just about perfect from this point on. Tenavano plays it. Cleary looking from his own
He wants some rain.
puts it there for a month. The kick goes down to Pappenhausen. The Storm dominated just about every step you could get to think of in that opening half. Penrith will make a statement here. Tackle number 1 off the kick. The kick out was also the other man to make the stop on Pappenhausen.
A good shot there, Liam Martin. He was terrific in the first half. Nothing went right for the Panthers, but he was superb. The Melbourne Storm, gee, what a different start for Nugent's made. That's coming off the interchange bench, just the ferocity in which he is brought into the game for the Melbourne Storm. Vunivalu goes over Luai.
Was the 5-8 in the ejector seat off the back of that here.
Oh, bang!
Fucking
got it. See him knock his head back?
Yeah.
Oh, they're fucking itching, I tell you. Another try coming up here, I can see that. I'll fucking kill them off.
Drive it towards the sideline, coming across. Edwards will watch it go into touch. And Melbourne pick up from where they left off.
What a great start this second half in attack for the Melbourne Storm. It started with Vunivalu and Luai.
You've got to buy the balls.
Solomona.
Don't let him back in the game.
Jerome Hughes almost goes through with a perfect kick from Munster. Now Penrith completed only at 63% in that first half, averaging 81 for the
Very
season.
quiet over there.
Need to control this footy to have any chance of coming back into this contest. It starts now.
So many balls in the first half. Turn it over. Faced a couple of tries. Scoring again with a penalty try in the 4th minute. Lashed out just not. Here, just outside the Panthers 20. Dummy half for Zagigo. Leads by Welsh. Smith holding things over the top. Clear. Liam Martin. Quickly. Munster. Troubled by that knee injury through the end of the season. No drama tonight for him. What a kick this is. Vunivalu wanted nothing to do with it. That's a minor victory there for Penrith. Pappenhausen going back. That's a great result after getting the ball on their own 10.
Get off it, bastard.
Their own 10 at the other end. As Vunivalu fights away from dummy half.
He's been terrific. Vunivalu again stealing another 10 metres out of dummy half. Smith now the long pass to Hughes. Probably one of the best kicks of the night for Nathan Cleary. Again under enormous pressure. They've stormed his kicking game. in these wet conditions as Finucane now up to the 40-metre line.
Very short in the game in particular when they had chances. 20 minutes off the game. Now a pass goes around, not there by Anno Carr. Penrith will get it. There was a half a chance there had they come up with possession off the knock-on, but they will get the ball here in an attacking situation.
The uncharacteristic pass here from Munster under pressure. Carr tried to keep it in the field of play, and Penrith made a play out of it. Now, this is their first opportunity of this second half, and they need to make it count. Cleary has not run the footy in this game yet. No runs from both Luai and Cleary. They have put a lot of pressure and emphasis on both of those players. They need to stand tall in this second half and get involved, get their jerseys dirty.
Heads in. Feet, come on out.
The scrum with Stephen Crichton, one of those Panthers who got across the line in the first half. In goal as Leo playing here just outside the 20. Right out Wayne. Offside in the ground there, and eventually Jared Sutton, the advisor, the touchdown, realising that Leota, the tackle of Dale Finucane, lost the ball. Are they going to roll the dice here? Yes, they are.
There is a hand in this. Okay, so there's a hand in this ruck on Leota, but I'm just not sure if he had full control and it wasn't a loose carry. Now, let's have a look as this unfolds. You'll see a hand comes in right at the end. Well, I'm not so sure. I think Leota just drops a cold. There's a little play there. He's nowhere near it. Finucane comes in. No, he's dropped it. He's dropped it cold.
Loose carry from Moses Leota. Ball was loose forward. Challenge unsuccessful.
Another one. An absolute coach killer. And something that should be outlawed, absolutely outlawed. Front rowers challenging drop balls, so too wingers. They should be barred for season 2021. Over and done with you.
Nick, it is absolutely foolproof, isn't it? Has there been a successful challenge by a front rower or a winger in 2020?
That hurts. That was a big loss, that one.
Go, boy, go! Go, you bastard!
Coming across, Mansell won't get to him. Pappenhausen.
Yes.
He's electric.
It's a fucking flogging.
He scores for Melbourne. The avalanche of points continues in the grand final. It's 26-0.
Excellent.
What a play
Jesus
from this
Christ.
superstar. Ryan Pappenhausen, the speed freak, the speed demon in open space. He
Fucking crowd, shut up. Little Penrith bloody crowd.
It's meant to be a Penrith one game.
Get the whip out, Ryan Pappenhausen. He is home and hosed.
They've been top all year too, Penrith.
Yeah.
I think they only lost a couple of games, 3 games or something. They beat Melbourne last time they played.
Yeah.
Absolutely blows Nathan Cleary. Gets
What
on
a
the
run.
outside into the backfield.
Well, a good effort from him.
Well, he goes like a rabbit, this bloke.
Open space, he is electric. Anno Carr cruising in the background, hand in the air, saluting, and Pappenhausen. Melbourne just coming up with uncharacteristic
Kick their ass.
From the sideline, Cameron Smith can't bend it back. And he kicked that goal. Time the great Harry Bath. Premiership winner as a player, premiership winner as a coach. 1957 with the Dragons. Harry scored 16 points on 8 goals. The grand final win.
That was going to be hard to beat.
Smith kick away there from emulating the great place, Harry Bath. Hands go into defence mode. It's on Melbourne's 20. The completion rate, 15 from 24.
All losing material in the grand final. Going the best side in terms of winning territory, their completion rates, their ability to sustain pressure. And their last 2 matches, their 2 finals.
Hey.
Frustration.
That should have been a penalty.
As kick out gives away a set restart.
He is left some work The hand there is the indication from the referee from Tyrone May. Ironically, the team with the best completion rate in 2020, the Minor Premiers.
Yeah, and in their last few weeks, they've been poor. They've been poor, but they've had enough class and strikers. We see the penalty there, May just ripping the headgear of Jerome Hughes. In fact, it might have been Leota.
He just thought after last week, when they completed Paul and got away with that win against South, and they wouldn't bring that again this week, and they would learn from that, and they put a real focus and emphasis on controlling possession and having a little bit more patience. And from the get-go, they have had none of that. They've given themselves no chance, no opportunity in this game whatsoever.
They've made again by Ivan Cleary. Capable racing onto the field, missed out the Sharks back in 2016, 18th man. Another got the job done against Melbourne. Here is Pappenhausen once more. Oh,
There they go again. Come on, boys.
Bromwich is there. Getting chopped down, only 5 metres out. Play for Pappenhausen. Comes the Munster. Smith behind Welsh. Hughes goes over the top. Comes out in front of Vunivalu.
Get off him.
They look for Melbourne to get somewhere near the post here and then have another crack at that left-hand side.
We have some of the 20s. Rachel Smith is going in the right direction. Fast play the ball for Cameron Smith. Changes his mind. Back to Christian Welch. Here's Hughes. Rubbers. Pressure on Edwards.
He's got it.
Nicky Lawson was a lovely kick from Hughes.
He tries to sell it. We'll see what the referral is, but there was
He's got no fucking try. What's wrong now?
It was a lovely kick from Jerome Hughes, who's been one of the best players through this final series. And again tonight, been superb. And Mansell, he was like the Pasha Booker trying to turn around. He just couldn't turn around.
Yeah, knock on. Yeah, knock on.
Vunivalu just snuck up on his outside and should have scored. He should have
Fucking hell, they're good. They don't miss much.
And before the game,
no try.
Cooper Cronk said, in grand finals, you don't hesitate. If you hesitate, you miss the jump. If you blink, you miss an opportunity. You just see here, it's a beautiful
Fucking Penrith are shitting themselves.
There's a hesitation here from Mansell. He doesn't turn and chase as quick as he possibly can. He gives Vunivalu
That's unlucky.
the opportunity to score that try. And he's lucky. He's got to put there, Mansell. It was a poor play and a nice play from Jerome Hughes.
I like the injection of Capel. Had poor hands last week, came up with a number of errors, but he's got a nice offline, good footwork. Could create a little point of difference for their attack through the middle.
Pasha Booker.
Turned it around and that was Mansell.
Oh, that was one of your best, Nick. I love that.
Analogy is apt because they are moored on the rocks and taking on water. Here's kick out. Doing what he does best, but then he does that. Gets a penalty for being held down in the play of the ball, but he has taken too many chances tonight and got lucky potentially right there, but they would use the luck. He needs something, that's for sure.
They have to score. Yeah, they have to score this set, boss.
Right here, right now, Coppers out. Cleary taking them on. Towards Cameron Smith. And then just outside the 10.
Oh, no play. Oh, no, no.
Zayo ducks in behind Capewell. They may not want this to be a try because they're going to look at it. Brian To'o cleaned it up, planted it down. They'll need to check the grounding, but there was some suggestion of the instruction play as well.
No try.
First of all, looking at the defence's disadvantage on the inside here, prior to the kick by Isaiah, and then touch on the grounding back.
Okay, so the touch up just said no try with the put down, but the big one here is Isaiah runs behind Capewell, and he does. He knows he has to kick it straight away, but it's too late. I'm sure he takes an extra step when he goes past Capewell's outside shoulder right there. Although no player is taken out,
You can't do it.
he can't do it. It's an old-fashioned shepherd. He runs behind his own player, and he kicks it after he gets. He does. There it is, beyond the point of Capewell. Melbourne stop.
Storm defence, they all knew, and it should be a fairly easy call once again.
Well, what are they looking
The
at?
boys in the bunker.
And Capewell, well, Capewell's decision there, Isaiah Yeo is kicking the ball not clearly on the outside of the, sorry, the inside of the defender, and has not disadvantaged the defence playing on to this point.
What?
He gets it down. I'm sure he gets it down on the line. It's a try. Is it? Well, it's well, if they're happy to let that go, I put it for all money, but where Isaiah Yeo run behind without Capewell, there's no questioning it on that end-on view. Well, it's a wonderful finish from Todd to take nothing away from Brian Todd. That's a superb finish.
It's a great finish, but Isaiah Yeo goes behind Capewell, which therefore affects the outside decisions of Olam and Adokar to come up past the footy.
Does he come in with the knees? Do we have a possible penalty try here?
A possible 8-point try as Adokar
Brian Todd has remained in the field of play.
slides in. He grabs the ball, and they're going to get their first points of the grand final. Adokar, the contact there. I'm okay with the contact, but I have a massive problem with clearing the obstruction play in the middle of the field. It was a
On the screen to the left, Brian Todd has the ball to the goal line. On the right, he has remained in the field of play.
obstruction. Call it what you like, but that hasn't been allowed ever in the game.
No. I'm perplexed by that decision.
I'll give him a try.
Well, they find their first
Ridiculous.
point tonight, and it comes off a strange old play. First time I've seen Isaiah Yeo kick. He's been crafty all season with his ball playing, this time showing great skill.
Well, the referees, Bunker in particular, a talking point, as always during different points of the season, that really isn't what is a wide margin at the moment. If this was a tight game,
Oh, I'm missing you, bastard.
between here and full time, that is a bunker howl. Cleary's kick hits the upright, lances it, and goes in. 36 points to 6.
Sorry, was they've been looking for some motivation. They've been looking for some momentum, and off a controversial call, they get some.
Fisher Harris, back 10 short of the halfway line. Commissar waiting. Still ain't going with it. Shows it the kick out. Gives it to Crichton. Talented Stephen Crichton. Need to show what he can do in this grand final. He's first. The 20-year-old. Cleary for Edwards. Naden now. Up against Olam. Munster is there also. Kenny Bromwich helps out. 30 metres out. Last play. Cleary needs a result on every kick. Not quite the depth once again. Kick out. Couldn't catch a cold in a hurricane tonight.
He's had a bad night with his hands. Filiami kick out. We thought he'd be the injection that Penrith needed coming into this match. Missed last week's prelim final, but tonight, as we see the run meters there, Pappenhausen up to 185 metres. All dominating the outside backs there in the early ones. Pappenhausen, Vernavalu. Massive for Solomona. He's been strong. With kick out, it just hasn't been his night tonight. He's had an ordinary game.
6 more again here. Brandon Smith is keen for work. He knows the direction they need to go. It's been punching it through.
You got hit in the head.
Lead by 20. 17 remaining. Sumala Audi runs towards Fisher Harris. Good tackle by Happy Coruscant. Just chops him down around the legs. Brave number 9 he has always been. Brandon Smith. How many times have we said that in the last few possessions? So only half again. Cheese will play it as Munster. First receiver. Comes to Hughes. Takes it on.
Yes.
Kafusi into a hole. Goes to Edwards. Standing. Munster. A chance for Brinko Lee. A dummy. Gets over the line. They'll hold him up.
He bombed a certain four-pointer. Brilliant work from Josh Mansell. Positioned himself, positioned his body superbly on the try
The
line.
blood came out of the eye.
Never easy. When the defence, when the attack's coming out, the defence so close to the line. Did well, Mansell.
Beautiful play from Jerome Hughes and Kafusi. But Jerome Luai, just soft hands.
He's been the best player on the ground tonight, Hughes.
They're very good, Nick. Very good. Apart from that pass.
Here's the first coming into play is Smith. Runs towards the uprights. Watching it. Cleary. Plenty of patience right there will be rewarded. And a 20-minute restart. 7 tackles. Still 16 left. And the 3 converted tries. There was something off the end of it as well. They need a miracle. Not dead just yet. Style play. Coruscant. Good Capewell. He's going towards the halfway line. Usually he'd be coming on. Scoreline as it was. 26 points for them. Yeah. Back in Melbourne territory. Other key for Coruscant. Blue line. Good outball there for Crichton. Now he can show what he can do. Leads with Mansour. Puts the brakes on. Trying to kick it. He puts it down. Just continues. Penrith with their hands tonight.
It's been a comedy of errors. I actually feel sorry for them. It's been tough to have such a great year, and then they come in to the biggest game of their lives, on the biggest stage of all, and just come up with way too many errors. It's an empty feeling. Really hard for them to try and come back from this. 12 errors. They've averaged 9 errors a game all season. They've had 12 already. Still 15 minutes to go.
Melbourne the easy way out once again from their own end. Inside the 40. Banana on the ball, but couldn't produce it. Edwards comes back to the middle. There's no point in going wondering now, so they might as well throw it around and see what happens. Own end, Mansour ends up tackled just outside the 30. Here is Crichton, who good a moment ago when they were surging down this left-hand side. Henry Smith holds him down, gives away a second restart, and the penalty to boot. Tangled up there, he was trying to claim the jumper for Stephen Crichton. And now they haven't found touch, knocked backwards here by Pappenhausen.
He's a genius.
And that might be the final straw.
He's been terrific. He just doesn't give up on anything, Ryan Pappenhausen. Look at this. Cleary trying to pinch every metre he can. That is brilliant.
That's fantastic.
That is outstanding.
What an effort.
Pappenhausen.
Spectacular.
They deserve to win this.
And unfortunately for Nathan,
We need one more try, just to fucking kill them off.
It's just so uncharacteristic with a few of his kicks.
His kicking game all season had been superb, but tonight it's been under immense pressure. That one, he'd be disappointed with that one. But again, Hughes and Munster, they were superb last week against the Canberra Raiders. Brilliant. Hughes best on ground, Pappenhausen not far behind. And tonight they've been stellar. The half and fullback have been outstanding for them.
Well, at the start of the year, the only question mark over Melbourne, if they were not a chance of winning the premiership, was their halves. Munster and Hughes, and they have been unbelievable, especially in the big games under pressure. The back end of this season, Mansour with a nice carry, should have thrown the pass.
They're going to play the ball by Mansour. Play on is the call. Back to the last 2 seasons, in fact. Derby rather has second-guessed himself as far as his half-back between Brody Cross and also Hughes. Here is Cleary staying alive with the tackle there of Pappenhausen. So we've mentioned down that right edge. Coruscant comes back to the middle. Edwards goes to Luai. Too much speed from Asimus Olamona. Kick out. Chopped down though by Big Nelson. What a tackle. As kick out threatened to do something there on the last tackle. Asimus Olamona, who left the field with that wrist problem, back out there. That's a huge effort.
Yeah, nice work there from the Panthers. It was a beautiful ball from Nate. Here's a one-on-one strip. Capewell.
Come back out there. Nutton shifts it on. Naden staying alive. Gets away from Olam. Plays Bromwich as well.
Very good,
Back to the middle. As he came on, he's added something on that right-hand side. Brett Naden. Coruscant for clear. Showing it. Luai is there. Comes to Crichton. 2-on-2. Lee under pressure.
He's got it.
Gets across the line. Well, there's life. There's hope.
Yeah, two of the players coming up the interchange bench making a difference. Kate Wall with the one-on-one strip. Naden on that right-hand side. Beautiful footwork. Found his way through the defensive line. And then it's Jerome Luai who finds Stephen Crichton well. Does the ball come loose? Does it roll out of the grip of Crichton? Or does he get to the line? I think he gets to the line first.
Stephen Crichton maintains possession of the ball and grounds it in the in-goal. We have a decision.
It's been terrific all year. What a season it's been for Stephen Crichton. That left edge tonight just hasn't been able to do what it's done all season. Well, and suffocated them defensively, but this was nice. Clearly found Luai. And he just stands up, Branko Lee. Nice little bit of footwork. Shrugs him off. And in the slippery conditions finds his way to the line. It was nice work from Crichton. Yeah, Nick, it's simple but effective. It's Willoughby Cleary here to try out the points. They need all their points at the moment. He does. Simple but effective play there for Penrith. Just haven't given themselves any chance. And they control possession. They come up with a little half break in that right-hand side. They complete the set and give Crichton just a one-on-one with Branko Lee and come up with a 4-pointer.
The ensuing kickoffs, if they can grab another one here in double quick time, you just never know.
It's possible. It is possible. If they hold the footy, they're a chance.
That is the first part of the problem. What a problem it has proven to be Penrith here this evening. The last game of the season, this remarkable season. We wanted back in March if there even would be a season. At least Kafusi there rocked by the carry on the restart. The step in just had Lee uncomfortable on that right-hand side. No dramas getting to the ground for Crichton. Coruscant for Fisher Harris. Massive Solomon there again, just launching himself.
Oh, he dropped it.
Legs, hands in the play with the ball, and clear the ruck. The penalty's flowing now for Penrith and Melbourne, feeling the heat ever so slightly.
Their second effort there from Bromwich. It was a dominant run from Fisher Harris and good field position. HIA here, it would have to be on Kafusi. He took a heavy knock from the kickoff. It was Tamo that hurt his hip, wasn't it? So this is not good here for Penrith. They've got a bit of momentum. They've just scored a try. They're on the attack. And this is really a momentum killer for them at this stage. It's the last thing you want, right? It is trying to come back. Take him to the side. He was got back here. He should have been taken straight off. He couldn't even hardly get up and walk.
Stays on the field for the moment. There will only be
Don't let him get another one. Fuck him.
short video referral. Then he was starting to say, did you go off for an HIA? Here's the new one. Goes to Crichton. Against Lee once again. Gets a couple confused. Taking the ground. 2 tackles gone just outside the 20. Mansell gets going from dummy half. What have they got? Is young Panthers outfit. Crichton jumps out from dummy half. Can they get to storm the fright of their life? Tamo showing it. Too many options perhaps. He hangs on to it. Maybe that was the best one in the end. Play for Coruscant. Bypasses Fisher Harris. Cleary kicking late. A touch. It's still there. Pappenhausen. How did he do that? Sliding on his knees. Cleaned it up and brought it back. Was there an attacker taken out?
Have no try. Looking at a potential professional foul. Just look at your own business contact. Down and kick out.
Oh, big. Yeah, this is a big call. This is a big call. Now, we saw it last year when Cooper Cronk went to the sin bin for a tackle on John Baker, or Josh Papali it was.
And this kick chase over on side.
Here comes kick out. Well, he doesn't have to get out of the way. No, he doesn't, Nick. He doesn't have to get out of the way.
Jerome Hughes initially turns towards the ball. And then steps into the line.
Yeah, it's only minor.
It's only minor, but he certainly does change his body to lean. And he's aware that he's coming. It's enough. It's clever from Hughes, but he's been found out.
If he doesn't move, Kiki probably sneaks through on that inside shoulder, but he would have scored.
We're not considering penalty try, however the action is a professional foul.
What?
Would have had a play on Pappenhausen, would have changed what might have happened. Drives him back into the end goal. I've got no doubt give it a clean run. If he forces the ball loose, who knows what happens from there. So there can be no argument with a professional foul call and Jerome Hughes going to the sin bin.
Kevin Smith not happy.
Oh, no try.
Ready to save the ref.
Well, that may just cost Jerome Hughes and Clive Churchill medal. He is putting Ollie Pappenhausen their best tonight.
Just that little change there, leaning his body weight back in front of Kipper to take him down. They are stunned. The veterans for the Melbourne Storm down to 12 for the final 9 minutes. Penrith on top of the line, Thomas out from dummy half. Comes to Cleary. Here is Tamo, headed towards the uprights. Smith trying to rip it away one-on-one. Set restart for the effort of Jesse Bromwich. After the tackle was completed, Edwards, they came up too early on the outside. Might still cost Melbourne. They did well eventually. Morrisau stopped there by Welsh. He plays it. Here is Tamo, off the left foot. Burns a tackle, on the half hill himself sorted, and on the side on to play the ball. Morrisau looks towards Edwards. Cleary and Luai out here on his left-hand side, now they get a chance. Cleary stepping in traffic, chopped down by Finucane. Plays a 10 away. Luai at the line, goes over the top. Mansell puts it down. Here comes the Panthers. 3 straight tries to give themselves a chance.
Well, they haven't looked likely this whole game, and all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, with a big call on Jerome Hughes going off for 10, it's a beautiful pass. There is no
players to go in.
No obstruction at all there. It's a beautiful pass to the line.
On Suliasi, Gunvalo, and ball is grounded in goal by Josh Mansell. We have a decision.
It'll be a try, and this is just a soft touch from Luai, who looks to throw short. Also looks like he's going to throw a long, fast pass, but just loops it over the top of Vunivalu. And here come the Panthers, up against 12 players, Vic.
Yeah, there were spaces. There were spaces in the he was feeling it. There was space in the Melbourne Storm defensive line, and Luai at times has come up with some beautiful plays this year. And that was great vision.
Cleary from the sideline, bending it back,
Missed it.
it too much.
Yeah, fuck you.
It stays at 10 points the difference. 26 or 16.
Look at this.
The Penrith going back to back. They scored the 69th through Crichton for the penalty.
No, she never got the first one. That's bullshit.
72nd.
Anyway, just going to get a try. Piss them off.
Luai.
So much strike power here from Penrith with an extra man. She's game on.
Smith kicks to the corner. Tamo brings it back. After all the mistakes, all the errors, all the missed chances to begin the game, Penrith still here, not done with yet. It is remarkable. Yo playing it for Coruscant. Mansell coming in for a carry. Keen for work. He knows they're a chance. Yo, Cleary takes them on Welsh. Front row there, stop the halfback. At the halfway line, comes to Yo. Luai, kick out, stands in the tackle, gets it back to Jerome Luai, who loves the broken field. So does this man Cleary. Just inside the 40. Coming home with a wet sail, the Panthers put it in the air. It will be too big. Pappenhausen does well.
Rocking kick.
takes all the air out of the Panthers. Just too long. Right idea from Luai. Needed to land it just outside the try line. Too long. Pappenhausen swallows it. Smith just wasting time. Taking his time, taking the tackle. Welsh now 7 tackle set. That's their first.
Well, they completed 8 sets in a row, Penrith, to get to this stage, and that kick there from Luai could haunt them forever.
Last 5 minutes, as we suggested, it must be all Penrith as possession is concerned. Smith just work it forward. This right channel by the looks of things, and then they'll take it out of play, or they try and kick it to a corner. Work it.
Strong run there, Brandon Smith.
90 metres downfield, great run as you mentioned, Mick, by Smith. Here's Welsh. Kick out, just about out of gas. Potentially cramping up, taking a knock there. Pappenhausen puts it in the air. Edwards underneath it.
Oh, it's a knock on.
Knock it on, it comes back to Melbourne. 6 more tackles, here's the call.
It's off Funivalu, that looked
Come on, get it right.
Smith from dummy half. Gives it to Munster. Got the legs going, looking for the knockout blow. Smith, as calmly as you like, stands at dummy half. Finds Pappenhausen. Tries to get away from Fisher Harris. Here he locks up the ball. Taking the ground, 10 metres out. 2 tackles into this bonus set from close range. Kenny Bromwich. Oh, here's the option. Munster at first receiver. Goes to Welsh. Conservative set to this point. The 4 tackles gone. Short side. Pappenhausen kicks. On is chasing. Edwards is there. They force the goal line dropout.
What a kick from Ryan Pappenhausen. He come up for the kick beforehand, who put pressure on Edwards, who come up with the error. And from a poor kick from Luai down one end of the field, Melbourne Storm
they're home.
flex their muscles and come up with 2 big plays. Short drop out, they need to get this back.
They had to go short. Vunivalu was there and makes the catch in the contest with kick out.
Take your time, mate.
2 Fijians flying for it. Vunivalu wins it. Only one of his final plays is a Melbourne Storm winger. Smith for Smith. Here is Welsh. That's the field in the first half of the HIA. Past it. Goes close there. Now Brandon Smith floating sideways. He's trying to run down the corner as much as anything here at the moment. Use up 5 plays and then put a kick into the in goal. That's what they did in the last sets. Here is the Lucan shots down, and the pass has been ruled forward.
And again, those leads, the timing being out for Cameron Smith tonight. The forwards, that Finucane, half a step in front of Smith there. And now the Panthers, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. They've got to move the footy. They've got to move the footy. Down to 12 men, the Melbourne Storm. Ronnie Bellamy fuming. Absolutely fuming.
Well, they've got to score this set. It's as simple as that, Melbourne. Penrith. They just must score this set of 6.
They pretty much have to score in this set and then score in the set off the back of the kickoff. Melbourne can't touch the ball against Smith over the top there emphatically on Moses Leota. Shrugs away to play it. Yo, for clearing. Luai, numbers on his left hand side, Brighton. Well handled there by Brinko Lee. Ball comes out the back to Luai. Clearing, looking for a counter on the right hand side. Leota keeps it going. Martin likewise. Here's Maiden. And O'Connor over the top. Well, playing for top. Edwards. Big meters for Penrith. From sideline to sideline.
Oh, got him.
Brinko Lee comes out like a colossus, but he can't lock the ball up. Kick out. Still alive. Chopped down by Welsh. Melbourne with only 12 men on the field. Coruscant for Cleary. There are numbers and space on the right. Naden.
Good
Chopped
tackle.
down by Ola.
That's terrible.
And O'Carr comes in. Third man in. He flopped in. No call. Edwards for Cleary. Smith came out quickly. Young gets a chance. Links up with Coruscant. He'll take it to the line. kick in. Is it too big? Vunivalu! Vunivalu took a chance and left it. Mansour was right there. Pappenhausen cleans up. I don't know what Sully was thinking.
He's done it again, Pappenhausen. Vunivalu, it was a beautiful little wedge from Coruscant, just sat on a dive. Vunivalu just more concerned about blocking Mansour. Nearly brought it all undone, all the good work. Pappenhausen, brilliant. Beats a bird. God, he's been good tonight, Pappenhausen.
Well, I don't think Vunivalu or Mansour had eyes for the ball. Mansour had a chance to score a try.
Got to shoot to this left-hand side. That's where it's happening. Got to get it across.
Yeah, they want it. No sweat. No matter what happens now.
60 seconds. If they were to score, they could elect not to take the kick at goal. That would stop the clock. Who knows from there? Pass from Naden. Set restart means nothing at the moment. Cleary coming to this left-hand side. Finding Luai. They have finished like a train, the Panthers. They're a long way down the tracks to come back big.
Smith.
What a stop. Smith hanging on, wants to give away a penalty on purpose, and it will be a professional foul. They'll finish here with 11 on the field.
That's irrelevant.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
It's over.
But it was the tackle that he made that was more important.
Hensel wants to shove the cheese off the field. Here is Cleary tapping it. 13 versus 11. Cleary gets across the line. And they will finish not that far away. He decides not to take the kick. And it does stop the clock. Don't get one play.
Can you believe this? Fair try from Cleary.
Oh,
Come on,
what happened?
strength, show great strength. What's this? Beats a number of Melbourne defenders. Bang boots Smith. Gets through Finucane. Gets rid of Pappenhausen over the top. Fast Malawi and Kafusi. It's a great try.
Awesome try from Cleary. And let's not forget here, 11 players on the field. They'll get one more play. They'll get one roll of the dice. One opportunity here, which you wouldn't have thought.
Surely not.
You wouldn't have thought.
We'll wait and see what the option is from Smith.
Drive it low and along the ground. Drive it long and low.
He's going low. He's going long.
Anything can happen.
Here he is going long. And they'll begin on their own goal line. 13 versus 11. The siren sounds. Can you believe this ending? It's Fisher Harris. Over the top. Luai. A goose step. Finds Crennan. Back on the inside. Kick out. Fires a wild pass. Cleary gets back. Fisher Harris is there. Martin on his outside. He cuts back to the middle. Edward throws
That's
it
it.
to Felice Kafusi.
Yeah, fuck off.
Kafusi has it. And Melbourne have hung on. In the most incredible circumstances. And Cameron Smith
Yeah,
gets
fuck Penrith.
by his teammates. And if this is it, if there is no more, then Cameron Smith's timing, as always, is impeccable. The Melbourne Storm are premiers again. It's Cameron's night. Maybe it was written in the stars after all.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 NRL premiers, the Melbourne Storm.
From Melbourne, the Sunshine Coast, and all the way to another premiership. What a remarkable season it has been for the Storm. Have they sent out the skipper with a victory in his final game? We'll find out in the days ahead, no doubt. But for now, let the party begin. With everything that's happened, they sure do deserve it. For the fourth time, the Provan Summons Trophy belongs to the Melbourne Storm.
This has been a Fox Sports.
Well, we get no presentations, nothing. They're fucking useless.
Fellas,
Get a cheese and all.
Looking good, Junior.
it's going to be a big
Andy, you rose a rainer.
Sends over the wall for its ninth postseason
a single postseason, it was the start of a record-breaking run.
Base hit into right, Senior being waved around his score. The throw is second on Muncie is in time to get him there.
In another World Series record, there were scores in 8 consecutive half innings, including this, with the Rays down by 2 with 2 on base.
Into left field and well struck. Taylor back, and it's gone. He got him.
The lead gone in the very next inning.
A fastball ripped into right field. Just off Lau's glove. Seager scores. Now they've got Bellinger hung up. He's tagged out.
The battle of the bullpens was heating up. The Rays became the first team in the World Series to homer in 4 straight innings. Still, it was tied at 6-all at the top of the 8th.
Into shallow center field. Another one scores with 2 out and 2 strikes. You gotta be kidding me.
Bottom of the 9th, Kelly Jansen was called on to close out the game with the Dodgers ahead by 1. The dangerous Arozarena was given a walk, and then Brett Phillips to the plate in his first at-bat in a World Series.
And Phillips has cashed in. A base hit back up the middle. Here's Kiermaier to score. The ball's mishandled. And now they've got Arozarena to run down. Arozarena scores, and the Rays have won the game. Santa Maria.
A game for the ages, and a series tied at 2-all. Jeff Smith, Fox Sports News.
Oh,
Well, thanks for your company here on Fox Sports News. Stick with us, all the highlights and reaction from what was a huge NRL Grand Final coming up after this short break.
yeah,
You can't beat 9 to 10 if you want terrific advice.
Bob. No, not Bob. There was one bit they didn't show on the NRL Grand Final. I'll show you it tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah. Pretty intense. Yeah.
I'll have to watch the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, Melbourne won.
Yeah? Good luck to him.
That was close.
Oh, look at this dickhead. Oh, Jesus. Oh, he must be related to that turbo, I reckon.
Turbo. Might be on here, on the highlights maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, that's fair. Oh, there's a mop.
Mop. What time do we have to leave tomorrow?
9 o'clock, I suppose, before George gets here.
Yeah.
Won't take us long.
Yeah.
Just got to go to the kitchen place.
What do we have to do there?
Pay a deposit.
Do we have to take that design?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we can take that and we'll have to work out the microwave and the whatnot.
Yeah, that's all done.
Okay.
What I have to do? Just go there, isn't it? What else was there?
I thought
Get a paper.
Yeah, paper. Yeah.
I might get some lotto tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, you got your phone? Oh, you're using it?
Yeah, I'm using it.
No,
I'll do
we'll
it
see what
after.
the results are tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently, I found out that with that CBC auto, next year it won't be the naming rights for the Double 1000. Yeah, it'll be different. I started watching in 2006, so for me it's always been CBC auto.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be different next year, but. So I know it's been different, like for the last few decades it's been different anyway, but for me personally, I've always known it to be BBC Rhino.
Sausagen. Do you have sausagen? Can you drink that?
Nah. I think I maybe. I
You
think
used to
I-
have it
I
before.
think I tried it at one point.
Granny used to have it.
Oh. Yeah. VB.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, are you, with the Melbourne Cup, are you watching all 4 days?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Watch every day's racing.
Yeah. Do you reckon yours might be here on Tuesday or Thursday that week?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
At this stage. Yeah, he's be less work for George from now on.
Yeah.
Just here and there. Until we're finished.
Look, if not, at least we'll be able to get to watch all of the Melbourne Cup.
Hello, I'm Jo Healy with you here on Fox Sports News. We've got lots to get through as we wrap up the NRL Grand Final. The Melbourne Storm are celebrating their 4th premiership, taking out a nail-biting decider against the Panthers. Fullback Ryan Pappenhausen was immense on the big stage.
Best on ground.
He took out the Clive Churchill medal. While Cameron Smith says, let's just enjoy the moment as he brushes away retirement talk. But the Melbourne Storm have won the NRL Grand Final despite a nervous finish. The Storm were cruising. They were 26-0 up before the Panthers stormed home with 4 second-half tries, but ultimately fell 6 points short. Storm fullback Ryan Pappenhausen ran for 208 metres and scored a try as he picked up the Clive Churchill medal.
The side with all the form against the side with all the experience. Penrith entering their first grand final in 17 years on the back of 17 wins. Melbourne in the decider for the 4th time in 5 seasons.
So let's get this thing on.
It took less than 4 minutes for the Storm to threaten the Panthers' line.
He got the ball back inside. There's a Melbourne try on here.
Justin Olam didn't get the ball down, but Tyrone May was ruled to have illegally stopped him.
Tyrone May has used the foot to kick the ball out of the possession of Justin Olam. In our opinion, we believe a try would have been scored.
The Storm 6-0 up thanks to the penalty try, but it looked as though Penrith had the instant reply.
Good hands. There's a try out there for Menzel.
It wasn't to be. Obstruction in the build-up, the second bunker ruling of the opening stages going against the Panthers. Melbourne scrambled brilliantly in defence. Penrith just couldn't find a way over.
A beautiful mark by Martin. Then it's gone to Luai, then to Cleary. He kicks again. Crichton puts a kick on it.
An offside penalty allowed Cameron Smith to add 2 points to the Melbourne lead. Penrith making costly errors in the first half. A late hit from James Fisher-Harris saw the Storm lead grow to 10, but the biggest error came from their biggest star.
The lofted ball inviting Vunivalu. Vunivalu down, up again. Breaks the tackle. There's a chase on. But Vunivalu inside the 20. He'll run the length of the field almost.
Bellamy riding Vunivalu all the way home as Melbourne took a 16-0 lead. Penrith were desperate for half-time, but needed it to come 10 seconds earlier.
I've gone low. Oh, knocked out of the grasp of Smith. This will be interesting. It might be a try for the captain.
Smith's try got the all clear and made it 22-0 at the break. The Storm showed no signs of slowing in the second half.
Fucking hell, he can run, can't he? Go, you bastard.
Great effort.
He was the best player on the ground.
Yeah.
Brian To'o got the Panthers on the board, crossing in the corner. A 20-point lead and not enough for Craig Bellamy.
Should have been a no try.
And with good reason. A professional foul from Storm halfback Jerome Hughes reduced the Storm to 12 men. And perhaps the impossible comeback was on. It took until the final 10 seconds for Cleary to reduce the margin to 6 points. Craig Bellamy fuming as the Panthers had one play.
That was what I'm going to say.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
Just the Panthers' second loss of the year as the premier club of the modern era.
No,
Second loss, fucking hell.
Oh, what bad fucking luck.
Player in the game's history
Fucking hell.
adds another premiership in a season we'll never forget.
This one's for you, you beauty!
Justin Edwards, Fox Sports News.
The whole second half was really tough, and most of that was our own doing, to be fair. I know Penrith played extremely well to keep fighting and to stay in the match, but a lot of it was our own doing and quite frustrating. The second 40, it was almost like we played a completely different game to the first 40. There's a lot of people in this country far worse off than what we are, but I'm purely talking about this competition and what we've had to do to get here tonight, firstly, and then to win it. I couldn't be prouder of everyone in that room.
You guys had to go through the same situation next season?
That's a fairly open-ended question. I think we need to enjoy what we've achieved tonight, Brad, and we'll just.
There's always a fucking smart ass
do next year.
asking questions.
Got nothing. Get on the Storm in 2021. Get on them.
Oh, it's hard to put into words. It's very disappointing, obviously. Obviously, so hard to get here, and the opportunities don't come that often. So,
fuck off, bad luck.
Frustrating game. I still can't quite explain the game yet. So, I'll need a bit of time for that. But one thing I'm so proud of our boys. They could not have tried any harder. I'd love to have a game again tomorrow, that's for sure. We conceded the first try, which we've done in each of the finals games. Then we had one that disallowed, and we had a couple of close calls. Then length of the field intercept, so it was, there's a few, we'll get knocked a few times psychologically and on the scoreboard, so it just wasn't meant to be, I don't think we're overawed. I mean, it's not, you've seen right throughout the semi-final series where, the teams haven't been perfect. And
you weren't fucking good enough.
But I wouldn't have looked at us, certainly at the start of the game in the first half, and said we were overawed. They just took their opportunities, and we probably didn't. And as I said, we're getting frustrated. I guess in the end, they just got it done. So, back to the earlier question, you don't get a chance, you don't get to play again, so it's hard to think about what we could do different. But as I said, it was just a strange game.
Aaron Cleary speaking there, certainly a tough night out for the Panthers. Well, New South Wales have confirmed their 27-man squad for Origin 1. Brad Fittler had already revealed the first 20 players prior to the grand final, with the greatest representation coming from Parramatta. 5 players in total, including captain Clint Gutherson, who's in contention for that number 14 jersey, according to Freddie Fittler. After full-time, grand finalists Nathan Cleary, Stephen Crichton, Jerome Luai, Isaiah Yeo, Josh Adokar, Dale Finucane and Ryan Pappenhausen were added to the squad. As for Queensland, Wayne Bennett's squad is headlined by 5 Storm players: Cam Munster, Felice Kafusi, Christian Welch, Branko Lee and Tino Fasasua Alamawe, while Kurt Capewell was the only inclusion from the Panthers. There are 17 uncapped Origin players as the Maroons look to win their first series since 2017. Game 1 is in Adelaide on Wednesday week before the series.
Wednesday week in Adelaide.
And Brisbane. We're sticking with the Rugby League, and the Broncos have secured their 3rd consecutive NRLW premiership after beating the Roosters 20-10 in the decider. In difficult conditions, the two sides still put on a show, with Brisbane proving too good in the end. Broncos second rower Amber Hall was named the Karen Murphy medalist as the player of the match.
Premiership success saluted the Broncos in the NRL in 2020, but their NRLW side was intent on creating a dynasty.
Taryn Aiken right through, looking for support, finds Tamika Upton. She is always there, and she is the record try scorer in NRLW.
They shot out to a 12-0 lead.
The Broncos are busting them. Amber Hall will fall over for a try in the grand final.
The successful captain's challenge saw the Roosters retain possession.
There's no knock on the ground.
And they didn't waste the good field position.
Hollyarki moving on to Meeks again. Yasmin Meeks is over for the Roosters.
And with just minutes remaining in the first half, the margin was back to 2.
Quincy Dodd has scored a stack of tries this season, and she'll celebrate this one.
Brisbane got straight back on the front foot after the interval.
Leonard Ducey for another try.
Get out of the way.
Final, she is over again.
The Roosters were far from timid in defence, but the Broncos kept landing the blows that mattered most.
Good service from Shante Tamara, and right through untouched. Talisha Harden off a pass from Ali Brigginshaw.
Brisbane was determined to hang on to their 10-point advantage and endured a few nervous moments on their own line.
Forces the pass, and Shanice Parker and overrunner.
20-10 the final score. Brisbane still the only team to lift the NRLW trophy in the competition's history. Luke Doherty, Fox Sports News.
Well, AFL now and Richmond made history by winning the first ever night grand final, but the Premiers are backing a return to an afternoon bounce next year. Our reporter Josh Bristow was on hand to witness the Tigers' celebrations on the Gold Coast.
There's a bit of a bush footy feeling to the Tigers at 2020 Premiership celebrations. The entire team piled into a bus and celebrated the whole way down the highway back here to their Gold Coast home away from home.
Now, clearly we have a lot of people at home that would have loved to be part of the celebrations as we would have loved to have them here. But yeah, it was quite unique in itself, just a little more intimate, and yeah, later in the night obviously with the night grand final, so yeah.
Most of the team was still in full Premiership kit as they soaked in the win and the end of their life in the AFL bubble. Tom Lynch and Jack Rewald commandeered a golf cart.
Tommy.
While there were plenty of shades on presumably sore eyes.
3 kids typically get you up pretty early, but I did actually wake up before they did today, so yeah, I think just excited and probably just habit waking up at the same time, and you don't really sleep after a night game anyway.
The code switch to a nighttime grand final was a ratings winner. While it clearly didn't affect the Tigers on the field, Captain Trent Cotchin is backing a return to an afternoon opening bounce next season.
I love the day game. It's what I grew up playing footy during the day, and it's nothing better than a red Sharon at the MCG, albeit the Gap. It's a special place too. Yeah, on a Saturday afternoon.
Dustin Martin wasn't too dusty. His teammates in awe of the 3-time Norm Smith medalist.
You need to be a freak for starters, and he's certainly that. But he just has insane belief in his own ability. But I think the thing that impressed me most about his game last night, it wasn't just the miraculous goals that he kicked. There was, I think one of them was from a defensive pressure where he smothers the ball and wins it, and then ends up kicking one. And I think he's taken his game to a new level this year in the defensive aspects of the game, which is incredible of someone who, like a lot of the great players in our competition probably aren't expected to do as many of the team things, but he certainly does it and cares really deeply about his teammates.
Knocked out in the opening stages, Nick Vlaston was up and about and is doing well despite his disappointment.
I think he remembers most of when he came out after being concussed. He's a bit worse for wear today and just floating about, but just the courage to really get back out there and sit on the bench was pretty amazing given the hit he copped.
Richmond will stay on the Gold Coast for the next couple of days. They're going to stage exit interviews and hold their club at best and fairest before heading home their separate ways. Josh Bristow, Fox Sports News.
Geelong's Patrick Dangerfield has escaped suspension after concussing Tigers' Nick Vlaston. The brutal collision occurred in the opening minutes of the grand final, with Vlaston crashing into the Cat Star's elbow. The Triple Premiership Tiger was stretchered off and took no further part in the match. MRO Michael Christian said that Dangerfield punched the ball and in the process made high contact and that his actions were not unreasonable in the circumstances. Well, it's official, the 2020 Melbourne Cup will be run without fans in attendance. The Victoria Racing Club has confirmed spectators won't be able to attend the entire Melbourne Cup Carnival at Flemington due to the Victorian Government's current COVID health advice. That means that there'll be no crowds at Derby Day on Saturday, all the way through until Stakes Day a week later. The VRC say that they are still in discussions with the state government about whether a small number of owners can attend. But stick with us, plenty more from the NRL Grand Final coming up after the break. We are paying tribute to the Purple Rain as the Storm reigns supreme once again.
Guess which fertiliser residential and commercial gardeners use to consistently achieve stunning results in the garden?
Good.
Charlie Carp, of course. Good for your garden and good
Very
for your
enjoyable.
environment too.
Yeah.
Welcome to Charlie Carp. It's good for everything your garden grows.
You made a mistake. You paid fees to send money to India. Stop! Don't do it! Skrill money transfer is free. There are no fees, and our rupee rates are some of the best. Visit skrill.com and quickly see how our rates compare with others. Why waste your money on fees? Sounds too good to be true. Discover what happy customers around the world say, and why we've earned a 5-star rating. Make your money go further for free with skrill.com.
Hurricane Katrina may extend from southeast Louisiana.
This type of assistance, the Ninth Ward isn't covered.
Why don't we talk to your cousin? That dude in Afghanistan, he made me nervous.
We're quickly to a tax-paying casino was hit.
Express release. Available now in Foxtel store. Why did you chain up?
They wanted to humiliate him.
Oh.
We hung together. Now available on demand.
I don't believe the person who did it
I...
had any control over their actions.
It's quite exciting though, isn't it? Waiting for that knock at the door.
She was telling the truth. She's as smart as she says she is.